Oh, hey, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm wearing my shirt, but that's because we're just about to head out for an amazing breakfast at a historic location right here in Calgary. You guys should come along. It's going to be my first ever epic cheat day. I have never eaten over 10,000 calories in a day. I know you guys who follow me on Facebook, you guys all know that I can eat. But today, we're going to find out exactly how much. Now, this is what I look like first thing this morning when I got up. I wonder, what's all that food going to do to those abs? So at our first restaurant stop, we've had our food served here now. Now I want to introduce Braeden. He's joining me on this challenge, and he's a vegetarian, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of additional challenge that creates for him. Initially, it's looking like he's got off a little bit easier than me. You can see his vegetarian version of the same burrito that I got. It's a little bit smaller, and that whole amount works out to about 2,200 calories with both of those meals there. And mine is working out to, I think it was around 1,300. I can't remember with the bread for sure where that was involved, but we'll have everything coming up on the screen as we go along here. The next thing that came out really interesting here is this omelet is 780 calories, again, not including the bread. Skinny Joe version. And I don't know if I can see the size difference there, but it's actually bigger. But it's only 290 calories. So, well, when it comes to a 10,000 calorie challenge, that's probably not a smart choice. If you're looking to cut some weight, definitely a good choice and very filling. So all the music you're going to hear in the background in this video is all recorded, played, all by Braeden. We'll actually put a link into his Instagram and his SoundCloud actually in the link. I used to always tell you guys about his YouTube, but he never posts on YouTube. So I'll give you a couple other options so you can actually hear some fresh material from him. We're in a 100-year-old building that once housed the offices for the lumber mill and power company, which for many years built and powered this city. And it's now one of the best breakfast places here in Calgary, just outside the downtown core. I'm just about done my first plate of food here, and that's, did you say 1340 Rose?
Yeah, 1340.
So the final count is 1340 on the calories of this first plate of food. My son just went hard there. He's saving the toast for last, it looks like. What's the strategy? What's the master plan here?
I figure if I just kind of shove it in as fast as physically possible, my body can't tell me how much pain I'm in. So probably long term not the best solution, but I'm just getting through it today. This bread, I just forgot I had to eat this bread, so I put it in a nice line there.
Well, if you're talking pain already, you're in trouble. We have just begun. Braeden has finished off his 2 plates. I've finished my second plate of food now, making for a total of 2,600 and some calories. Done, so that'll be on to my third plate. Unfortunately, that plate is a low-calorie plate, so it's actually not that many calories in comparison to these other ones. Thought I'd take a minute to talk about the history of the 10,000 calorie challenge. Well, we don't really know when it started. We think it really started with The Rock when he started posting his epic cheat meals back in about 2013. Then by 2015, it really caught on to YouTube, and just about every YouTuber at some point in time does a 10,000 calorie challenge. So I'm a little late on the bandwagon, but here I am. But let's see what we can learn from this, and I'm on to my third plate. We are at the Canadian Brew House. We decided to take on the Braeden Challenge, which is a 5,660 calorie burger with 1,200 calories of poutine. Now, because I ate so much for breakfast, I only need to eat the burger, and that's all I plan on eating to stay on track on this eating challenge. Braeden, unfortunately, only has about 2,500, just under 2,500 calories eaten at the breakfast, so he has to eat a bit more. And because he's vegetarian, his version has the vegetarian burgers, so this is only a 2,400 calorie burger with the same 1,200 poutine. Poutine is a vegetarian's delight, although not particularly healthy.
Yeah, you get that mushroom gravy in there, and
yeah, that's healthy, right? The mushroom gravy. It's all about the mushroom gravy. So his bowl's turned the other way around, but he's just about killed it. So he's got that down, and he'll be working on the burger. So I don't think he'll have any trouble keeping pace, because I don't plan on eating my poutine. Just going for the burger. This is allegedly 5 pounds of food. So while we're on the topic here, before I get eating this, although it's getting cold, so I want to get at it. When we talk about, am I going to gain any body fat from a 10,000 calorie challenge? Well, we know Braeden definitely is. We'll probably gain about the same amount of body fat, and we'll probably gain about 2 pounds of body fat. And the way I manage my diet, we're talking a week, 2 weeks, and I'll have it off again. But you do gain some weight from excessive eating, even if it is just one big binge like this is, or if you're excessive eating for 1 or 2 weeks. It's just that, you say you're taking the holidays coming up here, Christmas, New Year's, all that time where you're eating a little bit more. If you get right on track right after that, you'll be able to bring your weight right back around. So it's not something to worry about too much. You just try to make best choices during the holidays. This may not be defined as a best choice, but we are going to learn some things from this. But right now, I think I want to get into my burger. Most of you know my wife Rosita, but I just wanted to do a brief reintroduce for the new subscribers who haven't met her. She really helped a lot with this project here. She keeps us organized and heading the right direction at all times, as we tend to get off track from time to time. And it was actually in this very building that early on, Rosita and I had one of our great dates. We had some pretty good dates, and this was one of them. It was up on the balcony. It was over in that corner, actually. You can't see it from there, but we can see it. And it looks over a park, and there's a golf course there, and you can see the foothills and the mountains in the background. It was a great little spot for a little romantic birthday dinner. And so it was a good time and a good memory. You'll have to check this place out sometime. And if you do, and it's in the summer, go to the upper building. I've just about finished devouring my burger, which I mentioned before, 5,600 calories down, easy peasy. Braeden, on the other hand. So how we doing?
All of this is bad. And my technique was flawed from the beginning.
It really is the difference between, I had that one omelet that was a light omelet that was really difficult and exercise to eat, but when you're eating vegetarian like that, you're so much lower calorie, it is tough to get to 10,000 calories. The sheer food volume is just so much more. Whereas this burger is a lot smaller. Now it's a very high fat burger, right? Primarily fat and protein. When you're doing a challenge like this, you're not really looking for a high protein meal, but definitely high fat because there's not a lot of food volume with fats. You've got 4 calories for every gram of carbs, 4 calories for every gram of protein, but you got 9 calories for every gram of fats. So you have less food volume, more calories. So when you're doing a challenge like this, that's what you're looking for. The low-fat meals are killer. The reason why we picked the Canadian Brew House is because when you travel around Calgary, you'll notice we have a lot of fantastic Irish-style pubs, English-style pubs, but when you take a real look around, the Canadian Brew House is really the only uniquely Canadian-styled pub. And that's one of the reasons we really like to come to the Canadian Brew House. If you want that kind of at-home Canadian feel, this is the place to go. So it's a little cold out here, so I just grabbed my jacket. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my training today. So my training is just like any other regular training day. Even though I did the challenge, I kept my workout schedule the same. So I will walk a 15-minute mile. So I walk 4 miles today, so that's an hour. That is a regular part of my schedule these days. And today was back day, so I did my regular back training workout. Right now it's working out to be about an hour and a half, so it's a fairly long training session. But it's working out well for me, and I've been enjoying it. Out here with the Inukshuk in front of the Canadian Brew House. I'm eating by myself. Braeden tapped out, and can't be too hard on him. He just about made the 5,000 calories, so he just about made it halfway before he couldn't do it any longer. This is not an easy challenge. It is a lot of food to eat, and with him being vegetarian, that second bunch of food was just so much lower calorie for the quantity of food than what I was eating. It just made it near impossible. And actually, after the breakfast portion, we went home, took a bit of a break. And I had a bunch of water, probably about 24 ounces of water all at once. And that just filled my stomach enough that it started to hurt. So I could have tapped out then too, but fortunately the water moves through your system pretty quick. And I'm here on the home stretch, on my Yorkies. So this is going to total up about 3.5 days worth of eating for me. So it's a lot of calories, it's a lot of food. and it's been fun. So let's see if I can finish. It's the home stretch that doesn't have me done. So this is Nathan. He is the editor and director of this video. He's a talented photographer and videographer, and really we couldn't have done this project without him. So what would you say is the best part of this project so far?
I think the best part is going to be right in front of me here today. But
Well, I'm glad to be finally moving on to some desserts, because that means that my 10,000 calorie challenge is coming close to the end. I thought having dessert would be great. For whatever reason, as soon as I started eating the sweet, my body did not like it, and it's been tough to get down. So when I actually finish this, based on my math, this will just make 10,000 calories. So I was going to eat one more thing, a chocolate lava cake of all things, and then I was going to call it good, because that would have brought me enough over that if for some reason we made a math error somewhere and we go back and we check, we have been logging it on MyFitnessPal, so we should be pretty bang on, but we'll double check everything before we do the final edit of this, and we'll have it posted up for you. But yeah, my body is not liking the sweets. It's totally revolting against it. So this is going to be a bit of work to get down, and we'll see what I choose for my next item. So here at the Hose and Hound, it is an old fire hall that was built in 1906. It's been converted into a neighborhood pub. It has a very nostalgic feel despite the modern design, but nostalgia isn't the only thing that the staff has felt. Back when it was a fire hall, the captain had a lot of different pets, and one of them was a monkey named Barney. But unfortunately, Barney got aggressive and had to be put down. As a matter of fact, he was buried right out in front of the pub. But ever since then, interesting things have been happening here. Oven doors have been opening and closing. The dishwasher turns on and off. A potbelly stove moves from one place to another every night. A lot of monkey business is going on. So before we take a final look at what kind of damage all that food did to my physique, I just want to say, if you guys are ever in Calgary, make sure you check out those locations and let them know Fit and 50 sent you. Now, I ended up not eating that chocolate lava cake because I just felt way too gross. There was no way I could get that down. And with that in mind, the final tally is, and drum roll please, 10,397 calories, with 55% of those calories being fats, 24% protein, and 21% carbs. Now I wonder how long it's going to take for me to burn off all those extra calories. But you know I will, because I'm going to keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.